For my final AP Bio project, I decided to choose dance as my topic. I'm very passionate about dance. I've been dancing for 15 years. I've been at my studio, which is called Dancescapes, for 13 years, and I've been competing at my studio for 10 years. So I've been dancing as long as I can remember. Um, I've taken classes in just about every style of dance you can think of: ballet, tap, jazz, contemporary, lyrical, modern, acrobatics and contortion, African, hip hop, musical theater. If you can think of a style of dance, I've probably taken a class in it at one point or another. I don't currently study all those forms of dance, but I've taken them, whether it be in workshops, at my studio, or I've competed with them in some form. I'm very passionate about dance because I think it's really easy to lose yourself and become another person, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. And I fell in love with it when I was really young, and I just never looked back since then.
If I was a sculptor, but then again, no. Or a girl who makes potions, a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do.
So that's a little clip of my lyrical solo. And lyrical is a form of dance that literally means with the lyrics. So you're supposed to be telling a story based on what the lyrics of a song says. And the song is generally a little bit slower. It's supposed to be very flowy, very pretty, and it has its basis in ballet, as does every other form of dance. And that brings me to my next topic, which is the biomechanics of ballet and why ballet is the most important form of dance that there is. Ballet is the foundation of all dance. Every style is derived from ballet and has some sort of roots in ballet. The technique that you develop in ballet class translates to every other style of dance. So whether you're in jazz, tap, even hip hop, you're using some form of ballet technique. And ballet is very difficult. It's definitely the most difficult style of dance because you have to focus on literally every part of your body and make sure you're doing it correctly, because there's a correct way and an incorrect way to do ballet. There's no in between. It's either right or it's wrong. So just like a couple of things you have to think about during ballet is you need to make sure you're turning out your feet. But the turnout doesn't just come from your feet. You have to turn out your entire leg, and it comes from your hips. So you really have to think about that. You have to think about pulling up through the crown of your head, and you need to keep your shoulders down, and you need to make sure you have really good posture. You need to keep your eyes up and your chin up, and you need to make sure your hands are flowing and there's energy flowing out of every single one of your fingertips. You need to tuck your butt under and use your abs and your core to really make sure you can develop all the movements that you're doing. And there's a lot of other things you need to think about too. On top of all of that, you need to make sure you're using your face to portray the story of the dance, because that's really important as well. And you have to make all of this look effortless and pretty. So ballet is very, very difficult. But if you don't focus on ballet and give it time and dedication, then you're not going to be able to succeed in other forms of dance. So here's a little clip of my studio's point dance. And now point is a form of ballet in which you use a special shoe that has a wooden block in the toe. And what this block does is it allows you to go completely on top of your toes. And it's very, very painful. I've experimented with point shoes before, and it's very, very difficult. As long as you're studying ballet, whether you're on point or not, you're getting the technique you need and developing the muscle memory you need to be successful in dance. So here's a little clip of my studio's point dance. There are 5 positions in ballet. So it's in these 5 positions of ballet that you're supposed to practice the fundamental moves of ballet. And one of the most important of these basic moves is called a plie. And plie means to bend. And basically what it means is keeping all of the things you're supposed to keep in mind for ballet and just bending your legs. And this seems like a pretty basic move, but it's very important because you have to use your plie before your leaps or your turns to make sure you can get the maximum amount of spins or the maximum height from your leaps. And this seems kind of self-explanatory, but a lot of people don't use their plies correctly and they do not achieve their full potential in their turns or their leaps because they do not know how to use their plie correctly. So here is a couple clips of me and some of my friends using our plie and using our 5 positions of ballet to do our leaps and turns.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
So as you can see, ballet is a very important part of all forms of dance, and the technique that you learn in ballet can be translated to every other form of dance. So if you want to succeed in dance, you have to train very hard in ballet. To wrap up my video, I'm going to tell the story of my scariest experience in dance. And I get asked a lot when I tell people I'm a competitive dancer what you're supposed to do if you forget your dance on stage. And this is the story of the first time that happened to me. It's happened a couple times, but first time I will never forget. It was really scary. So I was 14 or 15 years old. I was in 8th grade, and I was competing in the senior division for the first time with my solo. And there was a junior day and there was a senior day. And I was one of the youngest ones in the senior division, and I was very nervous. I was doing a lyrical solo as my first one, so it's another reason I was pretty nervous. It was my first lyrical. So I got backstage to do my dance, and the thing that I think started the experience off badly was I left my hair down. And I shouldn't have done that because judges like to see like a clean line all throughout your body, and your hair being down and like in your face and messy can really distract that. So I thought it was really pretty at the time, but when I walked backstage, I immediately was like, I shouldn't have done this. This wasn't smart, but I didn't really have time to go and fix it. So anyways, my number was called, so I walked out onto the stage and I stood there and I was waiting for my music to start because I started standing up facing the audience. And I hear a shh, and like it wasn't really like a crash, but it was just kind of like a crackle. And I'm still standing there, still waiting for my music to start, and I hear it again. And then just nothing, just silence. And I'm standing there, everyone's staring at me, and my head's down, and my hair's down, and I'm just getting really, like, self-conscious and, like, really nervous. And I hear them announce, number, whatever my number was, can you please come backstage, we're having a problem with your music. So I walk backstage, and I'm like, okay, well, they're like, we'll put you back on when we can figure it out. And I'm pretty sure my teacher said this to me before, like, right when I came back. She said to me, if they can't figure it out, you're going to have to dance without your music. I was like, great. Like, I don't really know how I'm going to do this. So they call my name, and I go out, and I'm really nervous. And my music starts, and I do a roll down to the floor. That was the first move I had to do. And my hair got stuck in my eyelash glue, and my mind went blank. And I forgot what I was supposed to be doing. And I panicked. And I just kind of sat there and, like, kind of continued the roll for another minute. And, you know, my brain snapped back into action, and I was like, okay, I need to pull this together. I need to make up something right now. And I just kind of made something up for a second or two, and I was able to get back on the music, and I was able to remember. It didn't take me very long, but it was just a really, really overall scary experience. So yeah, that just kind of shows that the mindset you're in before you go out and dance is really, really important. You need to put yourself in the correct mindset, otherwise you're not going to do well. So I'm very thankful for the time that I've been able to spend dancing because it's taught me a lot of really important life lessons. It's taught me about teamwork. and about how to dedicate yourself to something, about how to work hard, and it really just made me develop a passion for dance that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. And I'm so thankful for all the girls I met through dance. They're truly like a family to me. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and here's a couple pictures in conclusion from when I started dancing up until now. So thanks for watching.